Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Alan Wake's American Nightmare. We're on Part 3 of Act 2, which means this will likely be see a little bit of an abrupt pause or abrupt. Oh my god, we gotta go because there isn't really a break scene in between the acts. So we'll see how it goes. I my plan is probably to do Act 3 in one big run, but we'll see. We'll see where that goes. Okay. Um. Anyways, story mode. To the theater. We have another piece of the signal. This is all one big fetch quest that Alan Wake has written himself into.
The last time the man came to the drive-in, it did not end well. He hopes to avoid that fate this time. He hopes that what he has brought with him to this place is enough.
Brought myself. Mike enough.
Ugh. Serena's probably out of her mind again. But I'm gonna need that key so I can get the power back on.
Okay, so we go. Read it. Dangers of
To change the
creation.
world, you must craft a blueprint for the new reality. Any work of art will do, as long as it's a genuine act of creation. That's what the energies of the dark place respond to. The results may be subtle and perplexing, or far-ranging and momentous. My area of expertise, the written word, gives much more precise results than music or interpretive dance would, for instance. But words can be extremely dangerous. What you define may become reality, but so can that which you imply, even if you don't realize you're doing so.
Basically, metaphor, poetry, stuff like that's not accurate enough. Writing is more accurate, but the less literal you are, the more likely the dark can manage of that. So if you use a metaphor, it could be just Fey rules.
You again?
I'm really just here to get the keys so I can get the power back on.
Do you want to hold me down? It's okay. I know you like that.
Yeah, I'll just grab the keys.
I could be like your wife, little wifey, waiting at home for hubby. Or you could be the mailman.
She has a whole porn
Or the
like library
neighbor.
going on in her imagination.
I'm already
right now.
married to someone who isn't crazy, thanks. I'm just gonna go and get the power back on.
Aww.
Look, I may or may not be back. I have the access code to the booth already, so once the power is on...
You should totally come see me. We could have fun. You know.
We'll see how it goes. You should sit down or something. Try to stay calm.
I don't want to be calm. I want to be nasty. I want to be nasty with you.
Yeah. Okay,
You could do anything you want. You can use my...
let's not even go there. I was hoping that you'd remember more, but I guess that was too much to ask.
Alan Wake is such a jerk, yo. She just wants to live out her porn fantasies. Give her the optimal grade for that situation. Sure.
I was about to do the weather, but I see we have a caller. Hey, you're on the air with Eddie. What's
More
up?
poets.
Hey, Eddie, it's Ricky. You talked about fate before. You think about that a lot?
Not a lot, to be honest, but I take it you do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Any conclusions you'd care to share, Ricky?
Well, we've
Trust
got
Ricky.
free will,
Ricky
right?
can't be trusted.
That's in the Bible and everything.
Yeah, right, sure.
So free will, right? Am I right? I mean, if we can do what we want, how can there be fate? I mean, you don't know what's gonna happen next, so there's no fate. There's just people doing stuff.
Well, I don't know, Ricky. I don't suppose you have considered the possibility that we're all here in the service of a greater purpose, incomprehensible to us.
and that what we take to be freedom is nothing more than the move of a pawn on some cosmic chessboard, limited in
That
scope,
was cool.
subject to the whims of unseen players,
Existing only for their entertainment.
or perhaps we're just a twisted
Reflection
of actual events that can happen elsewhere. Could it be that such is life in Night Springs?
Dude, what?
Food for thought, Ricky. Food for thought.
Was the radio dude been the narrator for Night Springs all along? Find out tonight on the next episode of Night Springs. Eric.
Are you getting it yet, genius?
I mean, you can get these nuts. Oh, that felt so cringe. I'm so sorry. And you know, the sawed-off shotgun's probably cool, but the weapon's even cooler. Here's a manuscript here.
I have changed. I know who I am now. I know that I can write my own fate. Bright Falls taught me that. I know that indulging my weaknesses, giving in to fear and complacency will only drag me down. The Dark Place taught me that. I'm no Zen master. I've not attained enlightenment. But I have learned to let go of the things that I don't need. I know that without that balance within, I become my own worst enemy. Now I strive for equilibrium.
Balance slays
and
the
with that,
demon.
I'm strong enough to get where I want.
Done again. I know I need to go that way. Checking for manuscripts. I don't need all of them, but I would like to get a lot of them, so when I back later.
It's obvious that for all his power, Mr. is an agent of another greater being. The dark place he came from is full of terrible alien intelligences, dark presences, and none of them should be let loose in our world. He serves one of them. He'll open the way for them if I don't stop him. But he'll do more. He'll take over my life. He already has my face. He already uses my name. He'll become Alan Wake in every way imaginable and corrupt everything, unless I can stop him.
This is very Jungian, though, because his face is basically like his shadow. And the shadow is like a reflection of his internalized stuff or desires. There's a lot of metaphor about how writers and creators basically their own demons and also some mental health overtones.
I want to talk about Alice. Just look at her. She's really beautiful, isn't she? Your wife. Well, our wife, really. Just my wife soon. Don't worry. I'm not gonna treat her like the others. She's special. If I wanted her dead, she would be. I've been around for a while now.
She's existed forever within Alan Wake.
So
That's the version of
talented.
him that came out when he was
You
drunk
haven't
and
seen
stuff.
new work, of course. Oh,
The
it takes my
alluded
breath
to-
away. Really, she's that good.
Too strongly, like first book.
Did
It's
you
like
know
vaguely
that I've
mentioned.
got a wedding ring too? We're that similar. She's seen me a couple times, you know. I've let her catch glimpses. She thinks she's imagining things, of course. She thinks you're dead. It might as well be. I mean, even if you manage to keep surviving, you'll be in my trap forever. So I'll go to her. It'll be an amazing moment.
Sir, don't touch my life.
Oh my God, you're alive. I'll be the good,
Church is a
loving
villain.
husband for as long as I can stand it. She'll love it.
24 hours, 10 minutes,
And then, one day, somehow,
faster than how
it'll
hi,
happen.
honey.
Maybe I'll slip up, she spots something, or maybe she just starts running her mouth. And then I'll do it.
This is a metaphor for
It's
how
gonna be sweet.
creators go crazy. Dude was highly successful. Crashed. He began
My
drinking, became a
wife.
different person. Crash, technically speaking. And proceeded pretty horrible to his wife, leading to almost a divorce. And after that divorce, to save their marriage, they like went to Bright Falls on that vacation, and then that catapulted all of this because for some reason, like, I guess getting him to write again was supposed to be the solution when it was he technically didn't understand what the fall from grace was for him too, because he wouldn't talk about it with her. Maybe like there's not a whole lot of context for that.
You're like a little hamster
Part
on
of
a
this-
wheel. Go ahead and keep running for all the good it'll do you.
Part of the story is in not Harbinger of Darkness. Oh boy. Wasn't too bad. That was all just light hits. I don't know. I like the crossbow a lot, so you guys are not gonna win on getting that from me. But yeah, I really don't know if I'm gonna end up like in like Act 3 in one big play or not. It depends on the timing of like Act 1 getting through it, because there's only like a few manuscript pages left. Either that or I do 2 and 3 back to back, because 2 and 3 are generally really short, and I imagine they're not going to be super long. Third act. I don't even know if Act 3 is the final act of this. Still haven't found the grenadier.
For Serena Valdivia, burning the midnight oil was more of an exception than a rule. A procrastinator and a perfectionist, she often worked when she wouldn't be disturbed. Tonight was especially important. The film festival would open tomorrow, and there was still so much to sort out. It wasn't that the work hadn't been done. She just didn't feel like she had completely mastered everything yet.
Like, I used to do third shift. I love third shift. As customer support. And a lot of it was email driven. Turns, etc. That was a lot of like retraining and whatnot, or working on side projects. I don't want a pump action shotgun. I'm emotionally invested in. I wonder if it's the same solution. Not. Okay, now I understand that puzzle. Oh, spiders this time? These things aren't even... They're just annoying. They're not difficult. They don't do a lot of damage, so like all you have to do is like manuscript.
The dark place is utterly hostile to human life. It eats at your mind, wants you to succumb to madness. Your own thoughts can turn against you. Every shadow conceals a threat that attacks at the slightest sign of weakness. You're under endless assault. Every day is a struggle for survival. But I've learned to take care of myself. I focus on Alice, our life together, My need to be with her. That takes me a long way in the dark place. As long as I have my gun and the flashlight.
And longer. Ah! Like any. That dude like crawled around trying to find me. Sector building. So I'm gonna go save her
You
again.
die, you lose. If you
what
quit, you
happens
lose.
this time.
If you make it to the end of the loop, you still lose. Sucker.
Let's just keep them back, which is really. I do find it amusing how there's like a face actor for Alan Wake, and then there's like a voice actor, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna go. Possessed and all that. I'm going to go. I thought I hit shift. I accidentally hit the R key. Right mouse button. A little derailing, but. I just want to make sure there isn't nothing I get rewarded with by going back up there. God, why am I fucking getting exhausted? Because it kind of wants me to be in combat, fighting the evils. They got combat music on. This is a bot, man. Did it again.
It's you.
I guess you're back to normal again?
I don't know if I'm ever gonna be normal, but thanks. I know you didn't have to come back for me like this.
I couldn't just leave you like that. I'm sorry about the whole thing.
I went from being an
Your
asshole to
fault.
being nice.
At least I'm not little Miss Whoreslut anymore. Ugh, that's just... Hey, thanks for not, taking advantage.
No problem. You don't seem too weirded out even though this is happening again.
Honestly, that pales in comparison with having that thing inside my head. I mean, it's crazy, but
I understand. I can really mess you up.
this is weird. I think what he did left something. I can feel that things are different. I just know that time's acting wrong. I don't know how to describe it. It's like I can sense it.
I'm not surprised. A close encounter with these forces, it stays with you. Changes the way you see things. Some people can't deal with that. They just lose it.
Well, it's early yet. I'm not ruling anything out.
I'm gonna go make my way into the projector booth.
Okay. Is there anything I can do? About the situation, I mean?
No. It's a trap
I
for me.
wonder if,
I'm
like,
gonna have to go deal with it.
Uh-huh.
you need
And you
her
got a
for
plan,
this
is that it?
section.
Think I have a chance? Yeah.
And that's like part of the signal, and that's why you still have the option to come back here and do this. Save her. No. Sylvia McSlutface personality. Fountain, dark fountain, where be ye, dark fountain? On this side? This is a different order, I guess. Sounds like one of those like mountains. Not gonna stop me. Unstoppable. Behind the theater now? There we go. That one was like far back, a little easier to deal with, but back there a little. Yep, there's a. Forgot there was a. I'm still missing, and
I have created the weapon that can put an end to this. A blueprint to a new reality. All I have to do is survive long enough to use it. My arrival from the dark place will be painful and difficult. These pages may be lost. But one way or another, I'll send the parts I really need to myself. If I make it outside, I have a chance. Mr. is more powerful than I am, but he can't change the
like how
rules
his
in the
name's
middle of the game. He's not a creator. I am.
I am the master of my destiny, not this Mr. Scratch. Mr. Scratch who? Mr. Scratch. Like how they. Scratch is just another name for the devil. Scratch's trap. This is.
The trap Mr. has set for me is as simple as it is impossible. Whenever I reach him, he sends me back to the beginning of the maze. It's a loop in time. I go through it only to end up where I started. There's a brutal genius to it. If I die, It's over for me. If I survive, I end up where I started. Sooner or later, the odds will catch up with me. And in the meantime, he gets to toy with me. But that's why I have a chance. He's caught in this pattern just as much as I am. I know where he'll be, and I'm prepared.
That is true. Like, he made this trap, but he has to be in the trap with him. I haven't found the Grenadiers manuscript page. I bet you $10 I've like found like all of them for the most part. Like rest stop, I'm missing rewrite in reality. Then I have all these. And observatory, I'm pretty much on know that I'm probably gonna get these 3. But yeah, like certain chunks are in certain acts. Like this is probably not gonna have anymore, but this one I'm missing, and it's somewhere here. I might find it on the 3rd time loop, but it should be here because it explains the Grenadiers. If it explains the Grenadiers, that means it's down there where the power plant is. But I'm not gonna run back there and try to find it. And I have like only so much time to do stuff. Oh my luck, it's probably like out here somewhere or like out in the cars. Either that or it's in a spot in the power level that I keep missing. Because it's an enemy explanation page and those are you. Okay, whatever. Trying to take a shortcut, and the game's like, nah, ma'am.
The champion of light knows that the time itself is about to end. At least for him. He can feel the dead end rushing towards him. But there is time to act. Incomplete or not, he has the weapon.
Right.
I don't have the whole thing, but maybe it's enough.
I like how, like, just changing the calendar was a film noir. Look how it's just a tiny ass detail there. Oh yeah, time to start this loop all over again, bros.
It's not enough.
No, it's never enough. Back to here.
You're trying to be cute, aren't you? What are you up to? It's a waste of time, buddy. You should just lie down and die. Let me take over. This is the only thing you've got coming to you. From here to eternity. No matter how many times you come back.
I get why they do it, but I do like how he just doesn't keel over that time, question mark? No, I did. It's just the same scene used again, regardless of the mouth movements to whatever the words are.
Time folds back on itself. Again, his senses scream as the very impossibility of what is happening assaults them. But the champion of light endures.
I didn't pause. I'm a horrible narrator.
Each time he gets a little closer. Each time another detail falls into place. Now the trap works against the Herald of Darkness.
Okay. Well, here's Act 3, everybody. So I'll be back with my next video covering this playthrough, this part 1 of Act 3. Let's see if we get out of this loop on this act. Looks like we're almost on manuscript pages, so we have to be. Alright, later. Remember, take care of yourselves and stay hydrated.